Dari Johor tu.
Oh, dari Johor. So, sekarang ni dekat mana ni?
Dekat highway Boulevard Pago.
Kemudian Drive ke apa?
Tak.
Okay, alright. Okay, good. I'm sure that the line was probably on and off during your journey, but I think I'm glad that you are able to join us, okay, for our first lecture. Okay, so it's nice to meet all of you, even I think virtually in this Google Meet. And I think since we are online and most of you haven't turned on your camera, so I think it's quite difficult for me to probably recognize you very well. I'm not sure whether it is really you in front of your PC or laptop, or you just turn on the Google Meet and maybe continue sleeping in this I think evening. But I think since your name appear on the screen, I think it's become more easier for me to call your name. Okay, uh, Sharifah Izmin Nafisha, ada ke?
Yes, doctor.
Okay, this is the second time you take this course. Am I right? Or haven't?
No.
No, first time.
No. Yeah.
Okay, have you taken any of my previous lecture before?
Never.
Tak ada. Okay, alright. Okay, I think since this is the second week of lecture, I'm sure that all of you are still in the full energy to start a new semester with I think not a new norms, but I think it's a normal norms right now. And usually during the first lecture, I'm not intend to give a full lecture yet, because I think probably there are few of your friends who are still out there either not registered in the SMP yet, or probably could not find the link for today's lecture, or still arranging the timetable. And also probably there are some of you in here who are still not maybe ready yet, okay, to sacrifice your Friday evening. Probably it is the suitable or the good time for you to sleep. So you don't want to sacrifice your sleep time, okay, for a boring 4 hours of lectures being delivered by a boring lecturers. Am I right? Auyan Ni? Mr. Auyan Ni?
Yes.
Or
I'm here, doctor.
oh, okay. Okay. How are you?
Pardon?
How are you? Okay.
I'm fine.
Okay. All right. Okay, so to be fair to everybody, on this week, which is on today, okay, I will just go a little bit on the introduction and also course overview for this course of the transportation engineering. So we will go through a summary of topic that will be covered during the next 13 or 12 week of lecture. And also you can know, okay, what do you expect to do in order to get A or whatever grade that you target for this course. Okay, and then probably after that we will go through the surface of our first topic in the syllabus, which we will try to cover on the transportation system, a general background about the transportation system, especially related to Malaysia. Okay, but I think before we start, I would like to virtually welcome all of you to our first lecture of ECV 3611, Transportation Engineering. And also, I would like to apologize for the cancellation or the postponement of the last week of lecture, as on last week I need to take a few day leave or a few day off, okay, due to some personal reason. Okay, hope that all of you receive the notification of the cancellation or postponement through the WhatsApp group. I'm not sure whether all of you here are already what we call that in the WhatsApp group for this course, ECV 3611, Transportation Engineering. I think Munir is the one who are responsible to invite all the students into the group. And if there is none of you who are still not belong to that group, probably you can find Munir, okay, to let you being registered or admit to that group. Okay. And I think before I go on, I would like to know how many of you are international students, apart from Awads, Bashar, and also Al-Ani Faha Muhammad Subhi.
Here, doctor. It's me, the
Uh,
international student from China. Sorry.
who are you? Ma
Ma Jiawen.
Jiawen.
Assalamualaikum, doctor. I'm from China.
China. Okay. So you're now in China or already in Malaysia?
In China, I mean China.
Oh, okay. You haven't been in Malaysia yet?
Not yet. I'm waiting for my travel authorization, and I think it will become to Malaysia after 3 weeks, inshallah.
Okay. All right. Okay. Good. We are eagerly waiting to greet you here in Malaysia. And how about Mr. Arif Muhammad Bagus Dwi?
Yes, doctor.
Are you Malaysian or
I'm Indonesian.
Indonesian? Okay. So you are now in Malaysia or still in Indonesia?
I'm in Malaysia since last semester, doctor.
Okay. All right. So for those of you who are not Malaysian, could you understand Bahasa Malaysia very well? I know that Arif, I think Arif Muhammad could understand Bahasa Malaysia. Am I right?
Yes, doctor.
Okay. You could speak and also you could understand. How about Mr. Awad? Since you're already in the 4th year, I'm sure that you are able to understand as well as speak Bahasa Malaysia. Awad?
Not more.
Not
A little
more.
bit.
Okay, why you didn't learn Bahasa Malaysia? It's already 4th year. You've been here. So I'm hoping that
Only
you
some
could...
words, no. But I cannot talk.
Okay, so you could understand.
Yeah.
Okay, so is it okay if I'm conducting this lecture in Bahasa Malaysia?
For me,
I
no,
don't think so.
because I
Okay.
don't understand.
I think English
Bahasa
is better.
English is better. Okay.
Yeah.
Anybody here could not understand English? Okay, if there is none, I'm sure it's okay because I could be in trouble because I think so far I only know 2 languages, Bahasa Malaysia and English. Okay. However, as I said, my English is I think it's not good as some of you. So I think during the lecture, okay, which normally for the virtual lecture, I will try to conduct in either 2 mode of delivery. Okay, either in a probably synchronous mode or the face-to-face real-time virtual lecture as of now. And also sometimes I will deliver the lecture in asynchronous mode or pre-recorded video, as normally I will upload the video onto the Putra Blast so that you can access at any of your own time. So during this 2 mode of lecture, if there is any part that you could not capture what I'm talking about, or you want to ask for further explanation, you can just freely ask me at any time, or you can leave a message in the WhatsApp group, or even you can email me at the email address I think given on the first page of the slide. Okay, and for this course, for those of you I think who have prepared for this lecture or for this course by borrowing your senior or super senior lecture note, asking for tips or hint for the test and also final exam, please take note that probably this course in this semester might run quite differently, okay, as before. But the main focus still on those 3 main topic or main subtopic, okay, which we still focus on the highway and road engineering, as these are the main mode of transportation. And also we try to touch a little bit on the railroad or railway as well as the airport pavement. Okay, so the distribution might be something like 70% for the road or highway, and the rest of the 15% each for the railway and also the airport. Okay, so I think before we go on, okay, with the introduction and also course overview, okay, for this course of the transportation engineering, I think it is better for me to introduce myself first, because I think since this is probably the first time that I think all of you or we meet each other, okay, except for a few of your friends such as Mr. Awad and also Mr. Bashar. Okay, so for those of you who never met me before, okay, my name is Fauzan Muhammad Jakarni, and I will be teaching you transportation engineering for this semester. Actually, my area of specialization is not in the transportation engineering. I'm more on the engineering mathematics, which I have been teaching many of your senior before. But I think starting from your batch, I'm being replaced with somebody else. Okay, maybe I'm not good enough in teaching math. So I have been asked to teach this course, transportation engineering. Okay, actually, I don't like this subject, and I don't know why or what am I doing here. Okay, because I think for this course there is a lot of theory. The student need to read a lot, and it is having less calculation. And furthermore, or in addition, it need to be done online. So it makes this course probably not the best course as compared to the other courses. Okay, so I don't know whether I can teach all of you or not, but somehow, whether you like it or not, here we are, 13 week or probably 12 week, okay, to be together, okay, until the end of the semester. So I think during the lecture, if there are some fact, theory, or might be calculation, okay, that you think might be wrong, okay, you can correct me at any time. Okay, you can interrupt or probably you can leave a message at the chat box. Okay, I hope that the learning concept for this course is going to be what we call that two-way communication, okay, rather than one way of lecture. Okay, so that I could also learn something from all of you too. Okay, and what else? I think I made to understand that Mr. Munir is the class representative, or I think Ketua Darjah for your batch. Am I right?
Yes.
Okay, Mr. Munir. So if there is anything related to this course that you afraid to tell me, okay, so you can ask Mr. Munir to pass or to deliver the message to me. But I think normally I'm open to any discussion, okay, with the students. Okay, so don't worry too much about that. You can contact me at any time. All right, so now let's start a little bit, okay, with the main term or probably the keyword for this course, okay, which is the transportation engineering. I think engineering is a common word that you have already familiar with. But when we talk about the transportation or specifically transportation engineering, actually what comes into your mind? What are the things that probably you could relate with the term transportation engineering other than the main subtopic that we are going to cover related to the highway, railway, and also airport? What are the probably the elements that you would like or you expect to be covered in this course related to transportation engineering?
Vehicles.
Okay, vehicles. Okay, apart from the vehicles. Farah Adila. What do you understand about transportation engineering? Or what you expect to learn, okay, from this course?
Management of the road.
Okay, management of the road. Okay, how do you want to manage the road?
Planning.
Okay, all right. We will see whether we cover that in this course or not. Okay, but I think in order for you to answer that question, okay, what is transportation engineering and what you are expected to learn in this course, I think I would like all of you to click on the given link in the chat box and try to fill in all the required information. Okay, there are two things that you need to do here. The first one is to confirm your attendance for today's lecture, as well as there is one what we call that short questions, okay, that needs your simple opinion on what transportation engineering is all about. So I will give you about 5 minutes. Is it enough for you to fill in all the required detail and then click submit for my record on today's attendance, as well as probably your answer or your opinions on simple question of what is transportation engineering?
Okay, sure, Doctor.
Okay, 5 minutes. Okay, everybody already submitted? Muhammad Amirul. Muhammad Akmal dah submit ke? Alright, so I think it is a very simple question. Apart from fill in your name and also your metric number, hopefully you do not forget your metric number after very long break or very long holiday. Okay, you just need to what we call that, answer a very simple question about your opinion or your own description about transportation engineering. Okay, which I think most of you already done that. Okay, so let's continue. Okay, with the next slide. Okay, so basically when we talk about transportation engineering, or basically transportation. Okay, so if we look at the simple definition of transportation itself, okay, basically the transportation, okay, will deals with movements, okay, which is the all kind of movements, okay, that involve either peoples or goods, okay, and the movement is from one place to another. And transportation itself, or the movement of these people and also good, is considered as important or essential for a nation development and also a nation growth. So how does movement or transport or transportation could contribute to the development and also the growth of any country? How do you correlate between transportation with the country growth or the country development? Anybody would like to answer that? Maybe I will give one bonus point, okay, to be accumulated by the end of the semester, okay, so that you can top up for any what we call that mark that probably you might require, okay, to increase your grade later on. Akmal Hanif, okay, how do you correlate between transportation with the development or the growth of any country? Because normally when we have a transportation system, okay, normally it will contribute to the nation modernization and also nation economic growth. But how do you correlate between those things, and how do you want to prove it?
Doctor, may I answer?
Okay, bagi tahu nama dulu, saya tak dapat capture siapa ni.
Nabil.
Okay, Nabil. Ada berapa orang Nabil dalam kelas ni? Seorang je kan?
Seorang je.
Okay, alright Nabil.
Right. So, in my opinion, how transportation affects country. So, modern transportation affect pertumbuhan, what they call?
Growth.
Affect the growth, yes.
Okay.
Affect the growth of a country too. So, for example, we take Singapore for as they have very effective transportation system. So we can know that Singapore is we can look, we can see that Singapore is a good country by having a good transportation system.
Okay. But how does that transportation system, a good transportation system, could represent or could indicate that the country is good or not?
So, for example, we take Singapore for as they have very effective transportation system. So we can know that Singapore is a good country by having a good transportation system.
Okay, but how does that transportation system, a good transportation system, could represent or could indicate that the country is good or not? what are the things that probably that transportation, what we call that, giving to the country development?
Maybe through siapa tadi jawab?
Tak apa, Nabil dulu.
Maybe through public transportation too. They, uh, and then if the roads ada tolls, that's real.
Okay, all right. Anyone else that would like to add on or to
Saya.
siapa?
Akmal.
Muhammad Akmal.
Ya saya Akmal Hanif.
Muhammad Akmal. Akmal ke Amar?
Akmal.
Akmal. Okay, all right. Okay, Akmal. Proceed.
Okay, for I think now what the contribution of transportation to the country is, we know that every negeri in this country, Malaysia, have its own specialty like supply. For example, at contoh at Pahang we have many supply of kelapa sawit, and at Johor have many supply of nanas, for example, like that. So because of transportation, we can like supply to all over the country. So because of that, we know the progression of growth for the whole country is come from the supply of the from each of the daerah yang ada in this country. So I think that's one of contribution of transportation. If the transportation does not exist in this country, so there will be no increase of supply for the whole country from each state.
Okay,
So
all right.
I think that's all.
Okay, I think it's a good point. Okay, Akmal. Alright. Ada lagi nak tambah? For 1 marks for this week. Nur Farah Ain.
Yes, Doctor.
Ada nak tambah apa-apa? Anything that you would like to add?
To me, transportation is country's asset. It allows people to meet each other. Other than that, like Akmal said, it allows export and import from other country to
Okay.
occur.
Alright. Okay, good. Okay, so basically, if we talk about the transportation system, okay, you can see how well the country is developed by looking at, normally you are looking at the public transportation system and also the infrastructure itself. So if the country have a well-developed highway network, okay, between each country or each state, and also the public transportation is well developed, so you could consider that country, okay, is having a well developed economic. Okay, as being said by I think Akmal, okay, when you have a good transportation system, you can transport supplies from the point of the producing supply to the maybe the port or to the markets and so on. Okay, so these are the things, okay, that probably being one of the important elements, okay, in contributing to the nation growth or nation development. You need to look at the transportation system of any country. Okay, so for the further explanation on, I think how transportation and also the economic development are close related to each other, I've invite, I think one special lecturer, okay, to briefly explain further about this issue. Okay, let me invite this one first.
Let's explore a little economics. Yesterday, I shipped fresh flowers from California to New York for a special event. This morning, I'll fly from St. Louis to Atlanta for a meeting. We take our ability to move goods and travel long distances quickly for granted, but it hasn't always been like that. Long ago, we moved on foot, following our food. Then we learned to grow crops, and we carried goods in our arms, on our heads, and on our backs. It was slow, and we carried what we could consume. Later, we domesticated animals and used them to move people and goods. We developed physical capital to help us move things faster and to move more than we could carry. This made it easier to trade with others. Soon, we were sailing on oceans with goods. Then, things changed rapidly. We used ships, trains, cars, and trucks to move ourselves and our goods. And what came next? Airplanes and flying. Now we can move perishable goods like flowers and fish quickly all over the world by a plane. And soon we may have drones that can move goods too. So you can order flowers for your mom or fish for dinner and have them dropped at your doorstep. Moving goods and people is an important part of the economy. Technology and innovation have changed how far and how fast we move, the variety of goods available, the kinds of jobs we have, and the prices we pay. Think about that the next time you look up and see a plane in the sky.
Okay, so I think that's probably a very short explanation on how well the transportation system, okay, contribute to the economic development of any country. All right, let's me get back to the slide. Okay, so if you look at the short video, okay, just now, okay, we could see that during the early days, okay, people used to carry things or goods, okay, by probably walking or using animal, okay, which I think that kind of the mode of movement or transportation is quite slower, okay, compared to the what we have nowadays. So if we are looking at the modern transportation system, it could increase the country development, okay, in order to ensure that we can carry a large amount of goods in a faster way and also in a more convenient way. So basically, the transportation engineering, okay, can be considered as a system of a mixed mode of transportation, what we call that, transportation of vehicle, okay, such as the buses, train, car, bicycle, and so on. And any medium that people can use, okay, to get around, including the air transportation. And the fundamental things about the transportation system, okay, can be predicted by measuring its mobility and also accessibility. So these are the two things related to the transportation system. So the mobility and accessibility is basically what we call that in Chinese, we call it yin and yang, or the balance, okay, between accessibility and how fast or easy one can move from one place to another, or mobility. So for example, if we have a major road or a major highway, it is considered as a very mobile medium, okay, where the vehicle can travel at fast speed and the road can support a lot of cargo, okay, if you are transporting by using a large truck. However, if you're using road and highway, there are some places that you cannot immediately reach, okay, because there are some location which considered as a remote, for example, in an island or somewhere which is quite far away. So you need another kind or another mode of transportation system, such as water or air transportation system, in order to reach there. So the selection of the transportation mode of the transportation system will be depend on the location that you want to go and so on. Okay, and I think basically in Malaysia, there are three main mode of the transportation system, okay, that normally we use, okay, which are the land transport, okay, inclusive of the road and also rail, as well as the water or maritime transportation system, and also we can have the air transport. Okay, and basically if we're looking at the land transport, okay, normally road or railway are used to carry a large number of people as well as the heavy good from one place to another. While for the water transport, I'm quite sure that in Malaysia it is not a very popular mode of transportation system, but it is considered as the most cheapest way to transport good or people from one place to another, but it is considered as very time consuming. And the other one is the air transport is considered as the fastest and the most expensive means of or medium of transport. But there are two types of the airway system in Malaysia and also worldwide, okay, which are considered as the domestic airway that operate within the country. And also there are international airway that connect, okay, different countries to each other. Okay, so these are probably the advantage, some advantage and also disadvantage, okay, between different mode of transportation system. If we look at the road transport, okay, which consists majority of the transportation user, okay, these are considered as very popular, but they are limited movement as you need to move within the provided area, okay, which connected by using road or highway only, and considered to have a very high maintenance cost, okay, for both of the vehicle and also infrastructure. Okay, the same with the railway, okay, the train or rail, okay, needs to move on its own path or its own specific rail only, okay, and usually the connection between railway from one place to another is the connection from the heavy industrial places or the port, okay, to the city center. And also we have the air transport, which are practically have unlimited movement. Okay, there are no road or no pass and suitable for the long distance of travel. Okay, so back to the relationship, okay, between movement and also nation development and growth. Okay, as we already know, okay, everybody need to travel. Okay, whether to go to the work, shopping, or to do some business, or probably some of you need to travel to go to the lecture of ECV 3611 transportation engineering, okay, but I think it is not applying for this time being. And also raw material, okay, must be conveyed from the land of the producing, okay, to a place that it can be processed or it such as the city centers and so on. And all of this good must be moved from factory to the marketplace and consumer. So that's why the transportation system, okay, will contribute very much to the economic development of any country. And if we look at the element of the transportation system, okay, basically it will consist of the vehicle as a medium of transportation system, and some of these vehicle need a special route or special path, okay, to reach its destination, and there is a transit time, cargo, and also costs that will affect with each other. And basically, if you are working as the transportation engineers, okay, later on, which I'm not sure whether it is an exciting career or not, okay, basically you will typically involve, okay, with one of these tasks, okay, in order to build as well as maintain a proper transportation system, whether it is for road, railway, or airport pavement. Okay, probably you need to have a basic knowledge of fundamental background on the planning, design, and also construction stage. Okay, this is the early stage of the transportation development. Okay, before entering the second phase of the maintenance in terms of the operation and also services. And there are another phase, okay, that probably focus on the R&D, okay, research and development, okay, in terms of improving the current and also existing transportation system. So this R&D or research and development phase is considered as important because there is a lot of research being done in order to transform the conventional railway system which we have a few years back into the current modern technology such as the LRT, MRT, and also high-speed rail that we have nowadays. So basically, these are the things that we will try to cover for this semester in this course of ECV 3611 Transportation Engineering with covering in the three main mode of transportation as well as this element starting from the planning, design, construction stage until the latest R&D activities related to the transportation system. But as I said before, since road is the major elements of the transportation in Malaysia as well as throughout the world, so about 70% of the content of this course will cover on road and highway, while the rest, we will touch a little bit here and there on the airport pavement and also the railroad system. So we will leave all those definition and also terms related to transportation engineering first. Meanwhile, let's look into the summary of this course, what we are going to learn in detail about transportation engineering. So basically, this course is one of the compulsory course in your study scheme, which will deal a lot with the fundamental theory related to transportation engineering, covering from three main mode of transportation system: road or highway, railway, and also airport pavement. So throughout the semester, you will be exposed to those fundamental theory. We will start with some introduction to the transportation system. Then we will cover some topic related to the sustainability and principle of location and design element. After that, we will explore the art of design, in terms of the geometric design and other element. Before we end the semester, we will try to cover a little bit about the impact assessment of transportation and also infrastructure. I'm not sure whether all of you are familiar with any of this subtopic or you have already covered this subtopic in other courses. Maybe traffic engineering. Ada ke any topic that overlap with the topic in other courses?
Tak ada.
Tak ada. Traffic engineering kamu belajar apa?
Traffic system.
Traffic system. Apa traffic system tu yang kamu belajar?
Macam roundabout. Lagi apa?
Roundabout lagi. Apa lagi Farah?
Traffic light.
Traffic light. Apa yang kamu belajar dengan traffic light?
Belajar tu lah.
Lampu merah hijau.
Sign. Signboard.
Signboard. Alright. So I hope that probably most of the content that we are going to cover here are not overlap with the content of other courses. But if there is any content that might be the same or overlap, maybe you can inform me. Because most or some of the topic might correlate with the traffic system and so on. And as been scheduled, our lecture or our class will be conducted every Friday, 3 to 6 or 7. Is it 3 to 7?
6.
I'm not sure who give the timetable. 3 to 6 p.m. Every week, which I think Friday it is not a good day to have lecture for 3 hours. But somehow, since the timetable has already been fixed or scheduled, so we just need to proceed or to follow. So before I proceed, is there any of you having problem regarding the timetable? Any clash on the timetable or anyone not able to register in this course in the SMP system? Semua dah boleh register ke? So I think if you look at the topic on the slide, I'm quite sure that you can easily score A, okay, for this course, okay, because those are very general and also easy topic. You just need to learn about sustainable transportation system, which is a very common thing nowadays. Highway capacity and level of service, which I think in the traffic engineering courses, it will also cover or touch a little bit about this part. And also impact assessment and infrastructure, which I think you can read a lot about traffic impact assessment, TIA. And I think there will be no problem or no issue, okay, about this topic. So rasanya senang je kan dia punya topik ni. I'm expecting that I think most of you to get A, okay, in this course. Otherwise, apart from A, boleh ke kita buat? Siapa tak dapat A, F will be given. It is either A or F. There is no other grade for this course. Alright, although I think this course could not guarantee you to become a transportation engineer or the highway engineer, even though you get an A+ at the end of the semester, okay. However, I hope that all of this learning outcome, okay, can be achieved by all of you, okay, once you have completed this transportation engineering courses, okay. You already know what is learning outcome, course outcome, program outcome. Okay, there are a lot of the outcomes that you need to achieve in your study, okay, not only for this course, but also in completing your program. Okay, so the first one, I'm expecting you to be able to compare, okay, method and also procedures related to the planning, construction, and also maintenance, okay, between various transportation system. Second one, by the end of this course, you are expected to be able to design road, highway, railway, airport, okay, based on suitable geometric standard and also design principle. And also you are able to elaborate the concept of sustainability, okay, which is, I'm quite sure it is the most common topic of interest nowadays. So actually, what do you understand about sustainability? Anybody?
It lasts for a long time.
Yeah.
It lasts for a long time.
Sustainability lasts for a long time. Okay. So how does sustainability fit into the transportation engineering concept?
Maybe we can design something that lasts for more than how many years, so we can avoid, like pembaziran, something like that.
Okay, so you mean that in terms of the infrastructure, such as the road or highway, okay, which can last for about how many years do you expect the road could last?
Hopefully for, I don't know, 100 years.
100 years. Oh, okay. Is it possible to achieve that?
Inshallah.
Okay. If you look at the JKR standard, what is the typical design period for any road or highway? Anybody know?
I know building, don't know roads though.
Okay. How long is it for building?
There's 50 and there's 100, right? And 50 is like for, yeah, I'm not sure. I forgot really.
Okay. Selva, do you know how long or how does the typical design period for any road or highway?
Hi, doctor. I'm not sure, doctor. But normally we see that they keep how should I say that they keep adding the pavement, right? So I'm
Okay.
not sure how many years once they do that.
Yeah, that's probably the normally when they do the resurfacing, that means that the road has already reached its end design period, so it needs to be top up or maintained in that way. And normally for road or highway, the typical design period will be around 15 to 20 years. Okay, that's the normal or typical design period. But I'm quite sure that when you do the construction, okay, normally it could not reach, okay, that 15 or 20 years design life. Okay, and normally if you can achieve about 5 years, okay, to be perfectly what we call that perfect condition, okay, up to 5 years, it can be considered as a very good enough. Okay, so I'm not sure why that happens. Okay, because in the design standard, okay, normally we required the road to last for about 15 years, but it is normally less than half years period, okay, to be in that perfect condition. Okay, no worries. I'm hoping that for the future highway engineers or transportation engineers, maybe some of you will become later on. Okay, you could ensure that the road or highway that you design or build, okay, could last for more than 100 years, as being told by Munir. Okay, I'm hoping for that. Okay. All right, so basically, this is the teaching plan, okay, for this course, okay, which is from week, not week 1, I think week 2, okay, since we start in week 2 until week 4. Okay, for today, as been told earlier, okay, we will go through the introduction and also course overview. And also at the end of today's lecture, I will touch a little bit about the transportation system, okay, which we will try to break into 3 parts, okay, road and highway, railway, as well as the airport. Okay, then starting from week 4, okay, we will learn about the vehicle interaction. Okay, where in this topic, we are going to cover on how various force acting on moving vehicle, whether it is car, train, or airplane. Okay, so in order to understand about the concept of the vehicle interaction, especially on road and also highway, we need also to cover or to understand first a little bit on the traffic characteristic. Okay, this is a fundamental concept in understanding the movement of vehicle in road or highway. Okay, such as we need to know how to calculate or to estimate the traffic volume, different classification of vehicle or traffic, and so on. So this characteristic of traffic is basically quite important since it will be used in the subsequent subtopic, okay, such as in the design of the geometric design and also the calculation of the highway capacity and also level of service. Actually, when somebody asks you about traffic, how do you describe it? I think we always heard the term traffic almost every day. Macam Farah cakap tadi, you have already learned about traffic light, traffic jam, and so on. And also you take the traffic engineering in this semester. Actually, what does it means by traffic? What does traffic is all about? Anybody can give the definition of traffic? Apa beza traffic and transportation? You have 2 different courses, traffic engineering, transportation engineering. So what are the difference between these 2? Ataupun sama je? You N?
Yes, doctor.
Yeah. What do you understand? Or maybe you can give your own definition about traffic.
Traffic to control the flow of the cars.
Okay, traffic to control the flow of the car. Transport.
Transport is how to the tools the way to move from one place to one place.
Okay, so traffic will control transport. Am I right?
Yeah.
Okay, so that means that traffic engineering is much more important compared to transportation engineering.
No. Both important.
Okay, all right. I think it is a safe answer by you. Okay, actually, if you look at by definition, okay, traffic can be classified as a movement from one place to another. Okay, it is can be considered as a part of the same as the transportation engineering. Okay, that's mean in terms of the transportation engineering concept, traffic can be considered as a movement of people or good, either you are walking, cycling, or using any kind of vehicle, or in a more simple way, if you want to go from one place to another, such as from your home, where you are staying at UN.
I stay in Klang.
Klang, okay. So you want to go to UPM. What is the normal mode of transportation when you want to go back to UPM?
By car lor.
Okay, by car. Okay, your own car.
No lah.
Okay, all right. So then you are considered as part of the traffic system on that road, okay, during your journey from your home in Klang, okay, to UPM. So we will cover about more detail about the definition and the concept of traffic, okay, probably on the next lecture, okay, starting on maybe week 4, all right. And then on week 6 and week 7, okay, we will cover a little bit on the principle of location and design element. Basically, during these 2 weeks, okay, we will look into the steps that are involved in order to construct road, highway, railway, and also airport. Although the construction of this infrastructure, okay, may look easy and also simple as compared to the construction of the high-rise building, okay, because if you want to design the road, okay, probably you will think that you just need to lay the asphalt mixture on top of the compacted soil, okay, that's going to be looks very simple, but in actual, okay, there are a various complex procedures that are involved before the transportation medium could be used by the public vehicle. Okay, the first thing that we need to do is to study the location of the proposed construction. Okay, we have to look into the soil condition as well as the topography of the surrounding area, okay, in order to make sure that we are able to build road, railway, or airport on that area. Okay, normally engineer will try to avoid a mountainous or hilly area and also the swampy area, okay, where the construction much more difficult and also costly to be done on this area. Can also we have to look or to take into consideration of any existing structure, okay, such as housing area and also existing land use activities within our proposed area of construction. So if there is any housing area within our proposed construction, okay, we must make sure that we are able to move that housing area, okay, to somewhere else. Otherwise, we would probably end up having probably a house in the middle of our road later on, okay, just something like this. I'm sure that I think let me try. Majiwin know where this road is located. Am I right? Mr. Ma? Already missing. Okay. I think this road is somewhere located in the eastern part of China. Okay. Actually, the house owner refused to move out, okay, and didn't want to sell his house in order to give way for road to be built in that area. I think it is because the government or the construction company offer a very low compensation for him to move out. However, after I think almost 1 year or 2 years of deal with the government or the construction companies, finally the owner agreed to move. Okay, maybe they offered a little bit more higher than before. So basically, in order to construct road, highway, or airport, okay, it is actually quite complicated, as sometimes when you become an engineer later on, you must deal, okay, with various situation and also various scenario, okay, such as this, okay, where there are some people who do not want to move out and also give cooperation, and also sometimes the proposed area of construction has a very bad foundation, okay, such as in a swampy area, kawasan paya, which require a lot of the earthwork to be done. Okay, so we will go in detail about the procedure in selecting suitable location, okay, for construction in week 6 or week 7. Okay, and then your yeah, maybe your favorite part, test 1, okay, is tentatively scheduled, okay, to be conducted normally around week 6 or week 7, which of course will cover all the topic up to the previous week. And after test 1, we will continue our lecture on the topic related to the location and design element, earthwork operation and equipment, and also the geometric design. And all of this topic, okay, will be accessed again in your another favorite part, second test. And on week 8, as you can see on the previous slide, I'm planning to give some special assignment in terms of mini project to all of you, because I'm sure that from week 7 or week 8, all of you are already back to UPM. Am I right? Or you are still can be at home from week 7 or week 8? Dah kena balik UPM kan?
Some at home, some at college.
Oh, okay. Some at home, some at college, but you are required to be at UPM to attend the Mali classes. Am I right?
Yes.
Okay, so Marjewin already back to Malaysia. Hopefully by that time. Siapa lagi? Liu Zian.
Yes, doctor.
Are you international student or Malaysian?
Yeah, I'm an international student
From China.
from China.
Okay. So you are in China or already in Malaysia?
Same with Jaywon.
Okay. So you are
I'm
in China.
Yeah.
So you're planning to come back before week 7 or week 8?
I'm not sure. Maybe week 5 or week 6.
Oh, okay. So you will be here, I think after the mid-semester break. Am I right?
Yeah.
Okay. Okay. Good. So I think we will try to proceed, okay, with these special assignments, okay, in terms of the mini project, okay. And normally in the previous semester or the previous batch, you need to work in a group for this mini project, okay, in order to complete a given report or case study, okay, which I think is very simple case study, okay, don't worry about that. Okay, besides the report for the mini project, normally I will also assess all of you in terms of the communication and presentation skill in order to prepare you for the next year, because for the next year you will be in the final year. There is a lot of the presentation to be done, so hopefully I would like to train you, okay, before you proceed with your final year, okay. And that's why I think if you look at the week 14, the tentative for the week 14, there are tentative date for you to submit a maybe short video presentation or a short presentation physically, okay, related to this mini project. Okay, don't worry too much about the mini project right now, because I think it's supposed to start on week 8, okay, so you still have a lot of time to enjoy this course. And the remaining topic that we would like to cover before finishing off this semester include the highway capacity and also the impact assessment of the transportation and its infrastructure. Okay, so basically for this course, other than final exam, you will have 2 tests, test 1 and test 2. Then mini project in terms of report and presentation, and also a few not much assignment. Okay, hope that it is okay with all of you, because this course is quite broad, okay, since it's involved a lot of theory and less calculation, and furthermore it being taught by me, so that's why I try to make you more to make this thing more interesting, okay, by giving you a lot of the assignment, okay, in order to keep you awake, make you less bored and so on, okay. And I know that all of you love to do assignments at home, okay. All right, so for the final exam, okay, basically the topic that we are trying to cover, okay, will be from the first lecture until the week 14th of lecture. Okay, so this is how you will be assessed in this semester for the transportation engineering. And as you can see, the final exam will be fixed to contribute about 40% towards the total mark. Test 1, test 2, normally 20% each, and the rest of the mark will come from the assignment, either done in a group or individually, and also the mini project in terms of the report and also presentation. Are you happy with this distribution? Any objection?
Okay, Doktor.
Okay, setuju?
Setuju, Doktor.
Setuju.
Okay, alright. Kalau tak setuju pun, don't worry too much. As you can see in the little note below, okay, this percentage can still be changed, okay, depending on the consideration from me and also discussion from all of you. Okay, we can still adjust the distribution later on if you want to. Okay, but for the time being, I'm assuming that all of you agreed with this probably distribution mark. Okay, so the reference book that I will be using for the most of the topic in the syllabus is probably this 3 book. Okay, but the main reference will be the Highway Engineering book, okay, by the Paul Wright and also Karen Dixon. The publisher, I think it's John Wiley and Sons. I'm not sure whether you are accessible towards the online library or not. Other than this book, I think you can use any highway engineering and also transportation engineering textbook, as long as the content or topic is the same, okay, such as the book by the Garber and Hoyle, okay, Traffic and Highway Engineering, and also the book by the Fred Mannering and Scott Washburn. Okay, and in the same time, I always upload my lecture note or slide into the Putra Blast, so you can get all the related teaching material from the Putra Blast later on. Anyone here got any problem in accessing Putra Blast? Semua boleh access kan Putra Blast?
Boleh.
Or any you still don't know about Putra Blast? Harapnya tak ada yang baru first time dengar tentang Putra Blast kan? Okay, any question that you like to ask about the course overview before we start with some introduction to our first topic for this course? Ada soalan?
Sorry, Doctor, for the grouping for the project, is it we pilih or you?
Normally, which one did you prefer?
We choose.
Okay, normally I will oppose in the opposite of what your preference. So I will choose the group to all of you, okay, in order to make it much more easier. Otherwise, kalau tak nanti kamu pun pening juga nak pilih ahli group kan. Sebab salah nak pilih kawan mana apa semua kan. Okay, so I think it's better for me to choose the group to you, okay, and I'm quite sure that all of you already know each other very well. Dah kenal ke semua? Ataupun only know each other virtually?
Kenal.
Dah pernah jumpa ke sebelum ni?
Pernah.
Semester bila? Rasanya bukan kamu your batch.
Satu dengan 2.
Semester 1 dengan 2. Okay, alright. Okay. Faraan kenal ke Liu Zian?
Kenal.
Okay, alright. So I think there is no problem. I can probably mix around all of you for the mini project group. Okay. Do not worry too much, Munir. Okay, it's still a long way to go. Okay.
Alright.
Alright. Apart from that mini project grouping, any questions that you'd like to ask? If there is no question, okay, probably I will like to ask you a question after this, okay, which I think the question that I would like to ask to you will be in this form of assignment, okay, which I think this is your first assignment, individual assignment, but very easy assignment. Okay, don't worry. I think this assignment doesn't take a lot of your time, and I'm quite sure that with the current technology of the information at your fingertip. Okay, you can finish off this assignment within less than 30 minutes or 1 hour, I think maximum. Okay, furthermore, it is still in the early semester. I'm quite sure that there is no other assignment from the other courses. Am I right? Belum ada assignment lagi kan?
Belum. No.
Okay, so I think it is okay. If I started your semester, okay, with my assignments. Okay, so for these assignments, I think I would like all of you to get to know or started your feelings toward the transportation engineering, okay, by looking for any related article in a recent newspaper publication, okay, which the issue for the article must related to the transportation engineering. So you need to discuss on the article and present in a 1 page, okay, only 1 page maximum summary. I think I prefer it in a infographic way, okay, on that selected issue. And the marks, okay, will be given on your creativity, attractiveness of your presentation, and how well you critically discuss on that article. So you need to put your own opinions. Okay, for example, if you are taking an issue related to the maybe construction of the cancellation of the high-speed rail, okay, between Singapore to KL. Okay, so maybe you want to discuss your opinion on that, whether you agreed or not agreed. Okay, so I want to see how well you critically put your points, okay, towards that issue. Okay, and the due date, when do you expected that you are able to submit or to finish off this assignment? Esok boleh?
Sunday.
Hari Ahad. Siapa kata hari Ahad tu?
Izzah.
Farah. Okay, so Farah hari Ahad. Yang lain tu nak hantar hari apa?
Izzah yang cakap hari Ahad.
Okay.
Next week, before class.
Next week,
can.
okay. Okay, if you able to submit on next week, probably you can submit it in the form of the soft copy. Email to me via my email address at the first page of the slide. Okay, so next week dia berapa bulan 29. I think a day after the public holiday of Deepavali. Okay, hari Jumaat, hari Khamis Deepavali. Okay, is that okay with all of you?
Okay.
Okay.
Yes, teacher, boleh.
Alright, boleh. Tadi siapa yang kata hari Ahad tu? Saya lupa nak check nama. Farah.
Izzah.
Ya? Izzah. Okay, Izzah hari Ahad ya. Okay, yang lain semua hari Jumaat depan.
Doktor, saya gurau je.
Hari Ahad okay kan? Dia punya tu. Alright, so any questions that you like to ask? I think before we finish off our first lecture for today, ada soalan apa-apa? Yep. I hope that you could able to pick a different article with the rest of your friend. But I think since you are, there are about 58 of you, I'm sure that there might be some overlap in the article selection. So I think it is okay as long as you could present it in your own way. And yeah, I think there shouldn't be any problem for that. Okay. Alright, welcome. Ada apa-apa soalan lagi? Sim Waven, any question from you? Alright, good. Tan Bun Liang?
No, doctor.
Alright, where are you, Tan?
On the way back.
Why all of you are already back to UPM? during your week 2 or week 3? I think you are still allowed to be at home until week 5 or week 7. You already bored being at home?
Because the uni said that we have to be back by this week.
By this week?
By Sunday. Yeah, so.
But your amali still not
Yeah, week 4.
Week 4, I think we will start implement physically. Ada berapa amali kamu ada semester ni?
Ada 2.
2 amali, I think traffic engineering, and the other one
Environmental.
Okay, all right. Okay, so if you don't have any question, I think that's all for our first lecture on today, and we will see each other again on next week. And any information or anything related to this course, I will put or post in the WhatsApp group, or I will pass through your class representative, okay, Mr. Munir. Okay, so thank you very much, and Assalamualaikum, and have a good or great weekend. Okay, assignment kamu boleh start hari Isnin depan lah. Tak perlu risau untuk buat assignment on your weekend. Okay, just enjoy yourself. Alright, okay, thank you very much, and Assalamualaikum.
Thank you, doctor.
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 Thank you.
Thank